So what we can also do is cut shapes out of other shapes. So let's say we wanted to take this star logo, or sorry, flower, and we want to remove it from the circle, so it's kind of like a cut out. So what we can do is select both. A keyboard shortcut as well to select more than one thing is Shift. And if we just right click and choose make compound path, what we're going to do is sort of cut that circle out of that. So now we have a logo a shape that we've custom built from our own sort of work. So this is something that can be very useful in logo design. Another thing in logo design that I would like you to get used to using, just going to go ahead and revert this back to its original. Another thing I would like you to get used to using is playing around with the rulers. So you can toggle these on by pressing Control R, and then you can click within them and drag them out into your document. So I'm just going to zoom out here. I want to show you a handy way we can create an interesting effect with the rotation tool. So I went ahead and drew this circle, and I want to rotate it so we get this sort of arc happening around Hansel and Gretel. I'm going to go ahead and just delete this sort of star shape I've created. I'm going to try see what it looks like with a different sort of look. So I'm going to draw my circle here and get it to a size that I like, and I'm just going to move it to about here. And what I want to do is use this tool here. This is my rotation tool, and I'm going to bring my anchor point where I'm rotating around down below this center point, because I don't want my arc to be super high. I want it to be sort of nice and low around. So I'm going to just hold Alt, and I'm going to create another copy. And if you notice, when I move it around, it's rotating around that anchor point. So I'm going to try it about here. And because I've done one, I can just go ahead and hit Control D, and the whole bunch are going to go around in that sort of arc motion. So I really like that. I think it might be nice to maybe change the color of those, so I can select them all, and I can go ahead and change the color to maybe more of a green color that's reflected in the logo. And maybe I want to try adding a gradient. This is another tool that's handy. This one is right here. You can also open it up from your gradient panel. So if you don't have that open, Window and Gradient. And I'm going to apply the gradient to this, oops, sorry about that. I'm going to apply the gradient to this effect that I have here. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on it, and I like that original color, so that's no problem. I can just open up my swatches panel and just grab that and pull it down to where that is. Now you can do this with any color, so if you wanted to try a few different ones, or if you even wanted to throw in maybe a different color in the gradient, so have it go a little bit greeny before it goes to a darker green. And we can also play around with where the gradient lies. So if we click on this gradient tool, I can run this gradient across the entire length of my, whoops, one second here.